Hello everyone, it's time for week four's video discussion. Let's just say, I'm gonna start out by saying, I think I can speak for at least a couple other people in saying these questions were confusing. And by confusing, I mean the more you tried to understand every time you thought you were answering the question correctly, turns out you misinterpreted it, and the more you tried to correctly understand what the question was asking, the more confused you ended up getting trying to answer it. So, yeah. I started watching it at the movie showing in class, but all the loud noise and everything just gave me a big headache, which turned into a migraine, so I had to leave class for home. And I didn't get to watch it until today because the migraine got so intense yesterday that I literally had to sleep it off. I didn't wake up till about 10 o'clock, then I had to go to a doctor's appointment that was at 1, about an hour and a half away. I ended up running into traffic, so that was 2 hours. Just got back, missed a turn, so I ended up taking even longer to get home. So I just got done with the movie about 10 minutes ago. I tried doing some research on the questions while watching the movie. Let's just say the movie still gave me a big headache because of all the music. But enough with that, let's get to the actual discussion. I decided to do mine on the number 2. Okay, in all honesty, I'm just confused as living heck with these questions, and I'm going to do the best that I can to try and answer them at least a little bit, but my answers are kind of a little bit of a combination of what I thought number 2 was supposed to be about and what I think number 3 is supposed to mean, because I tried one, but the more I tried to understand, the more I... This is having to do with the shape and perspective of it, and the design of the shots. I'm just going to use the example that they said about Frank Bull jogging at like a hamster on a wheel. When it first showed it, it showed that it showed it from a third-person perspective, so that it seemed like he was running along the wall in a circle using the artificial gravity in the confined circular space of the room. But when viewing it from his perspective, either from the back of him or from the front, to him it was though he was running just in a never-ending straight line. Even though it was curved upward, it just kept going and going and going and going, and it pretty much did look like a hamster on a wheel, except the wheel wasn't moving, just him. So, kind of the opposite in actual movement, but the same kind of different thing, and that's because of the fact of the, sorry, that it caused, mainly, it affected the way we viewed the actual scene. Pulling it from 2 different shots and the transition between the different shots, it kind of showed us from his perspective, an outer perspective, and from our own perspective, to having to take all 3 into account. When it came to the music, I recognized a lot of different themes that were used in other movies, So at least you know where they came from. Even though almost every musical scene gave me a massive headache, I tried to focus on them. The main themes that the musics themselves portrayed were ones of either mysterious in some ways and ominous in others. Also very kind of like how do you say it? Um hmm. Suspenseful, which the potential meaning of the movie behind these themes, I guess, would be one of exploration or realization, or maybe the meaning is just to explore what's beyond our own view. I don't. Uh, I know this is supposed to be an amazing science fiction movie, but to me, all it did was give me a giant headache. And the more my head hurts, the less I can actually focus on anything. I'm afraid I'm seeing a really bad pattern in these discussions, and I'm afraid. I'll try to do some multiple replies to make up for it. Hopefully I can do at least 3 or 4. Hopefully. I'm sorry for these bad videos.